Hey there, and welcome to my next video. I gotta say that the film was really well made and really well shot. It had a very gritty 70s feel to it. It had a lot of familiarity in some of the older films with directors who are quite famous now, and I'll get onto them in a minute. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed watching the performances. I thought they were really incredible. But to me, this is not a Joker film, or even really a comic book film for that matter. I think the intention of the director, Todd Phillips, was to take a property of a character in the comics like the Joker and fill a genre piece of a film. And by that I mean, if you look at the Marvel movies, one of the things that they've done really well is have different genres to their films. So Captain America is sort of Cold War, espionage, spy thriller. Iron Man is about sort of technology and addiction. But for Joker, they really pushed the film to be like a 70s gritty thriller. It's a genre piece, but it really tries very hard to be a Scorsese type of film. You can see the influences that the director had from films like King of Comedy and clearly Taxi Driver. Is it really anything other than a version of Taxi Driver with Arthur Fleck as the main character? All they did was they took some of the names and characters from the comics and transposed them into a 70s Scorsese flick. When you talk about comic book films, they're usually larger than life. They have great, characters that embody certain values and traits of the world. Now I understand what Todd Phillips was trying to do, and I think the whole thing was experimental to some degree. So while I enjoy those types of films, I really watch my comic book characters for the imaginative, the out of this world, fantastic elements of the comic book that I didn't see any of that really in this film. Is the character really the Joker? Honestly, I don't think so. I think it was Joker kind of in name only. But he has, that laugh. And he has a nervous breakdown. And he shoots a few people. And I know they tried to, get influenced by The Killing Joke. Really, it's about somebody having one bad day. What can one bad day do to a person? But have we seen this before in Falling Down? He seems to be already on the verge of a nervous breakdown, but it isn't psychological. You feel he's been completely transformed, has completely changed their outlook on life and their appearance. I mean, when you look at the Joker character in the comics, that physical transformation should be something that destroys the mind of a person. But we don't see any of that in this film. The laugh. Didn't take much to push him over the edge. He didn't really go through trauma. The laugh is born out of his insanity. That's why he's always laughing. To give him the laugh before the transformation, I think weakens the character. The connection between Arthur and Bruce, honestly, I can see why they tried to do it. Unintentionally or somewhat circumstantially, because of what Arthur does. People go crazy in the city and they end up having somebody kill Bruce's parents as a direct result of what the Joker does. And even the connection, I mean, that connection was just forced. I know Arthur seems to be obsessed by Thomas Wayne, and when Arthur goes to confront Bruce, there's like a 25-30 year age gap between them.
I'm Bruce.
Bruce. I'm Arthur.
When Bruce is at his peak, Arthur will be pushing like 65, maybe 70. That's the Joker. This Joker really isn't any match for Bruce or Batman in any way. I think one of the things that makes the Joker so special as a villain is that he really is a mental match for Bruce. Bruce can't understand his insanity. This version of Arthur, honestly, Bruce will be able to take him down in about 3 minutes. There is nothing about him that presents a threat. I mean, he has to run from the police, and 2 overworked policemen could have caught him. Why do you even need a Batman?
Hey, Art! We need to talk!
I know people will say this is the genesis of the Joker, and this is how he becomes the Joker. I think he didn't go through a transformation, and that transformation unhinged him, at least in the comics, to a level where he can operate and think and perceive things in different ways and really be a mental foe for Batman. Whereas Arthur's quite sad, really. I mean, you give him a gun or a knife, he might stab or shoot a few people. But, I mean, let's be honest, you don't really need Batman to take him down. Any of the GCPD could do it. Thomas Wayne, he's a bit of a douche in this film. He doesn't really portray himself with any kind of character or dignity.
You think this is funny?
Dad, it's me!
I think it's the worst version I've ever seen of Alfred on screen, but it really wasn't a great Alfred to me. And the final point is, Arthur inspires people in this film, and that's a worrying thing. I mean, it is the 70s, there was a lot of crime and poverty. The Joker should not be inspiring anyone. He should be instilling fear. He shouldn't be a hero figure. So those are my main reasons for not really thinking of the film as a Joker film. Enjoying it nonetheless. Great set, great design, great camera work, great acting. But he's not the Joker. Come on, let's be honest here. I think you could have called this film by another name and it still would have done as well. So that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and have a great day.